No.
Hello, everybody. Zero Interest. What's up? So, Season 3, Episode 7. 7.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of the end.
So this recounts pretty much everything Cinder has done since she first met Aladdin Girl, who she knows her abilities to create illusions, and was like, "There we go." She stole that she stole that, and the guy was smiling as she ran off with it, and Cinder's like, "Hey, join me." Convinces her to join her and says something as once the screen's black, because there's lots of screen going black and there's lots of dialogue that happens while that's black. Is she says, "You'll never have to be hungry again." To which the Lion Girl's like, "Thank you." Emerald's like, "Thank you."
Street Rat was not just a random description. That was exactly what she was.
Yeah. Cut to her. She's heading in. Cut to them. Hang on. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Wait. No. Okay. I might be good.
So in the blackout section, that she's talking to someone, saying she wants to take on an apprentice, and random guy she's asking says, "Oh, he lives in the mountains with his son."
Yeah. So she's searching for some sort of legendary mountain assassin, and she goes there, and the guy's house is burning, and the assassin dude, Marcus Black, is dead. But his son Mercury is there with bloody legs, being like, "Yeah, I killed him."
Yeah.
My dad.
You haven't listened to it fully yet, but the villain song "I'm the One" from episode, I want to say 3, was it 4?
Mm-hmm.
That's for Emerald and Mercury, gives a bit of exposition as to why Mercury decided to kill his dad.
Yeah.
Raised in a nightmare, a murderer's son is one of the lyrics, and another one is defiled by a father.
Okay.
The creators have hinted that Mercury's backstory gets a lot darker than pretty much anything else in the show.
Because he looked like he went through hell when we saw him. And he got hooked up with cool robot legs. As we find out. Emerald's like, "I don't trust him." And he's like, "What's in it for me?" The black screen. And we cut over to...
There's implication in Emerald's thing, like, we don't need him. Everything was fine with just the two of us. You get the feeling...
Yeah.
She has some...
Emerald really likes...
She has some
Cinder.
Considerations about the relationship that Cinder does not share, because Cinder is Cinder.
Yeah.
Whether that's familial, romantic, or just friendship, none of that's there, but she sees it, and she shouldn't.
No,
and
you shouldn't.
is quickly disabused of the notion.
So what's in it for me?
We don't need him. Everything was going fine. Ugh.
So go over to White Fang and, "Hey, our goals line up, Adam." And Adam's like, "No. Like, I don't trust you humans. I'm not going to work with you humans. I have my own goals. Thank you very much. Now go." Yeah. I got a train to
We got a
plan
train
to
to
run.
catch, yeah. His voice acting, like I say, it's better than it was in the Black trailer. He is less going for that sinister guy, and more kind of going for a David Boreanaz kind of thing.
And we've put a lot of thought into...
Then you're clearly not thinking straight. If you truly understood me, then you would know that coming here was a mistake. The White Fang is not an organization for hire. We're a force of revolution.
It works. It works. I didn't find anything flawed with his voice acting. If anything, the only bad examples of voice acting I can think of are towards the beginning in that black section where it's like, get her, she stole things, like that. The random guards yelling about catching Emerald. And so, Cinder leaves and she's like, oh, well, making a bit of mistake. And then as she leaves, Blake walks out from behind the tent. She's like, what was that all about? And I was like, don't worry about it. Really, really locating us in time as to where this takes place, like, in a timeline.
Yeah, everything seems to be about that fucking train, I've got to say. Like, that keeps getting brought up for some reason. It's just a train robbery, guys. Come on.
Yeah, but it's a train robbery with tons and tons and tons of dust.
But still. Yeah. So that thing with the White Fang was basically Cinder trying to get her ducks all in a row before she did anything major, just in case something went wrong. That time it didn't go as well as she would have liked. So she moves on to the next part of the plan and decides to come back to it later.
So we cut over to Girl on White Horse, who I could totally tell was the fall girl we'd just seen, Amber, the fall maiden, since she had the same hair and skin tone.
Hey, Zero.
Yeah?
Do you know who she was voiced by?
Who? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Moving on.
Say it for the audience because, they don't know.
No. You say it.
Alright, it's Laura Bailey.
Yeah. Yeah. You liked that, didn't you?
Could you say that less like that? Because that was oddly unnerving. Yeah, it's Laura Bailey and Travis Willingham.
You like that Laura Bailey, don't you, huh?
Travis Willingham plays a role later in the show as well. So
yeah. Good old Laura Croft Bailey. We cut over to she's on a white horse and being what you would expect from a fall maiden, all mysterious, and she sees Child crying. But, oh, hey, wait. It's just an emerald illusion. And she starts like, oh, I'll give you an apple, little girl who fell off her bike and was all alone in the middle of nowhere. And cut over to, oh, hey, no. Emerald is literally pulling out her weapons and about to kill her.
And she does a simple mistake, but you could very much see it was an instinctive thing. This is her fighting stance. This is the stance she has taken for however long she has been fighting. So she just sweeps a leg back to get into a side-on stance and kicks up some dust accidentally.
And then all of a sudden, Amber's like, okay, no, we need to get this handled now. And this is a trap. And so she jumps back and starts shooting wind and sending her flying. And that's her semblance is, hey, wind everywhere, all over your face. And starts sending everybody flying. Mercury's like, hey, I'll come get you. And he doesn't really think at this point. It's now fire right in your face.
I see what you're doing. You're watching the video back.
Yeah, I am.
It's also causing problems with the connection, so...
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm just trying to get the sequence of events in order.
Yeah, they fight for a bit and scuffle, and basically they start to get not necessarily the upper hand, but even, which is a thing she doesn't want, so fuck it. Fire eyes.
Yeah, she goes full maiden power, and we see just how terrifying this power is.
Mm-hmm.
And that, oh, hey, I control all elements and can materialize them at will. So here's fireballs at you. This is just basically magic, pure magic. You are a sorcerer, and there's nothing they can do to stop you because any shots they shoot at you blocked by the wind, redirected. Nothing can hit you. And this is why Cinder was waiting, and proceeds to, hey, now I'm going to attack you. Now it's 3 versus 1. Now you're not prepared, and by Cinder being
2-layer ambush, you could say.
Yeah. Multi-layered ambush. And through skill and a little bit of luck, they managed to have her down on her knees, and Cinder's like, all right, let me put on my fancy glove. With, I was thinking of Full Metal Alchemist when I saw that glove.
Yeah, not what it was going for.
And so she puts out the glove, and a Grim comes out, and it's like, ah! The Grim goes all over her face, and starts to take her power, which is then transferred into Cinder. So Cinder gets half her power, and you see her eyes start to burn. And then Crow comes in, saves the day, and Cinder's group runs away.
Yeah, I don't. It's a great fight scene, kind of spectacular, in the sense of there's a spectacle. I don't like it. It freaks me the fuck out. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
Also,
I'm not too bothered by it.
Laura Bailey's screams are really good in a terrible way.
Please don't.
Oh, so that's why.
Genuinely unnerving. Not a fan. Well, I'm a fan, but
You
I'm
heard
not a fan.
you heard your waifu being tortured, and it hurt your soul.
It's not good, man. It's not good.
As for me, I am dead inside, so I was completely fine with it.
No
So she goes back to the White Fang and is like, hey, I beat up all your guys, and now I can just summon fire, and here's a bunch of money and stuff.
Work with me, or die.
Yeah. Which is like, oh, well, yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Also worth noting that Roman is briefly mentioned in one of the blackout sections, where he's like, oh, hello, gorgeous, which implies that he was led into this whole mess by his dick, and yeah, now he's kind of stuck and can't get out of it. Yeah, there was a fic that existed a while ago. I don't know whether it's still running, but it was called Bad for Business, and it took Roman and Neo's perspective on all this because they're partners. Neo has nothing to do with Cinder outside of Roman, and took on the view that Roman probably isn't actually interested in whatever Cinder's planning with the Grimm and everything, because mass murder and slaughter of people isn't great for being a criminal.
Business. Yeah. I would be interested to see fics that take Roman and Nia's points of view during this event. That might be something to check out afterwards, because they don't really get much, I'd say, from how things work from their perspective, because they're like Roman is like the Team Rocket, I feel like, in that he's a bad guy, but he's not really necessarily on his own. He's not that big of a threat. He's not trying to destroy humanity or anything.
He's in it to make money and take care of him and possibly Neo. That's pretty much all he's in it for. And the only reason he's still working with Cinder is because she would kill him if he tried to get out. It's almost a mob sort of deal. So
there's not much you can really do there. So then we cut back after all of this to the Yang fight, where, oh, hey, yeah, she did use her illusion magic. She used her illusion magic again to make people think, oh, he doesn't have robotic legs. He has real legs. We need to get him to a hospital. And with Cinder disguised as an ambulance, as like a doctor, like paramedic, they're like, get into my ambulance, and they make a clean escape. So, yeah, everything went off basically without a hitch.
Yep.
Grim reports are rising, and Mercury is just kind of chilling at home right now.
Yep. Oh, and Cinder is working with someone.
Someone. Yeah, she said something about reclaim our something.
Reclaiming what's ours or something along those
Yeah,
lines.
reclaiming what's ours.
I'll get the clip and put it in there.
The huntsman severed the connection before it was complete. Yes, it's an emptiness. It burns, like hunger. I like it. Yes. I will claim what is ours.
And she starts the whole episode by saying, I want power. I want to be feared. I want, strength. And it makes me wonder where all that comes from.
That would be
and we're
interesting.
getting
I feel
hints.
like that's something we'll get later, but we get little bits here and there.
And I'm glad that we're finally getting bits of that. I feel like we didn't have to wait this long necessarily to get hints of that, but I'm glad it's at least showing up now, because this is a good time for it.
Yeah. Also, her voice acting got way better in this episode.
Oh yeah.
Just want to say,
Yeah.
like, I've talked about it before, how her tone pretty much throughout the entire show is just, I'm so superior and self-confident and smug about myself. I'm just fine where I am. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
That's the basis of her character. It's still there in this, but it feels a little more nuanced.
Yeah, it feels more real, I guess. Which really, since most of this episode takes place in the past, says something about her character in the future.
It does. It says that she is so self-assured in what power she has now that she feels basically untouchable. Which, to be fair,
she has good reason for it.
Yeah. She is pretty much literally holding all the cards, and everyone's trying to play catch-up to her, and not doing a good job of it at that.
And so, final thoughts. I really like this episode.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's not often we get to see the villain's point of view, as in this is how this villain team met, and this is how this villain team is kind of achieving their goals, and how they've been working at this for a long time. So,
not necessarily a long time, like a year, probably.
Yeah, but they've been. It's not like they all of a sudden decided, hey,
no,
we're just going to. No, they've been organizing this and planning. At the very least, she's been planning this for much longer, and trying to get because you have to know, how did she even know that the Fall Maiden existed? That's something you have to really look into and get intel on. And to know where the Fall Maiden would be. So, yeah, there's prep time put into this. And I think that's about it for this episode. I want to move on to the next one right now. Yeah.
Okay. So, that was Zero Interest for RWBY Season 3, Episode 7.
Episode 7, beginning of the end.
Episode 7. South African accent for you there. Kind of. Terrible, but still. Yeah, so we'll see you in a few days for episode 8, which is called something that I didn't look up.
Destiny.
Sure, that works.
Bye.